Hi, everyone. I am returning to another artist which I enjoyed the first time I listened. That is Eric Clapton. And, well, the first song I listened to by him was Tears in Heaven, which, if you remember, I've heard that before, but not Eric Clapton's performance of it. So that was my first exposure to his work. Now, today I'm listening to a song called Cocaine. And I have one little paragraph to read. Let's see what we have to find out about it. Then we'll listen. Cocaine is a song written and recorded in 1976 by singer-songwriter J.J. Cale. The song was popularized by Eric Clapton after his version was released on the 1977 album Slow Hand. So this is kind of a cover of another artist. Well, that would be interesting to go back and listen to the original and see, how did Clapton rework it for his own? What did he do that suddenly made it popular? It'd be an interesting little project to do, wouldn't it? Maybe I will. J.J. Cale's version of Cocaine was a #1 hit in New Zealand for a single week and became the 7th best-selling single of 1977. Okay. So even the original was rather popular, at least in certain parts of the world. This would be an interesting one to compare the original with the cover. I think we could call Clapton's version the cover. Isn't that what we normally do with rock music? Anyway, I've done this a few times before, listening to a popular or well-known version and then going back and finding the original inspiration later. So maybe that will happen here. But today it's going to be Eric Clapton's Cocaine. It's so interesting. This has such an earthy feel. It's almost as if I might even say, let's say I were trying to describe this piece to somebody who had never heard it. How would I describe the feel that it gives me? And somehow, well, of course I could use technical terms, and I even got a bit of amusement here because there are a lot of bluesy feel elements in this piece of music. And so I could say it's a real bluesy influenced piece of music, but if I wanted to be less technical, what would I say? And it makes me think of, the underlayer on a forest floor. Beneath the top layer of crispy leaves, and you brush those aside, you have a little bit of partially decomposed, that moist, rich scent forest floor. And that is how this music feels. And even his voice, it all fits in this sort of damp, earthy, fragrant sound world. And it's kind of nice, isn't it? She don't lie, she don't lie, she don't lie. Cocaine. Even the guitar. It's kind of like what you might hear with the saxophone. A very nice, very much blues influenced, blues rooted piece of music. And it has that, it keeps that natural, earthy feel all the way through it. Very enjoyable to listen to. I'm a bit curious what the original sounded like. Now, having heard this, was it so comfortably bluesy? Was it so natural, earth tone colored? I don't know, and I am curious about that because I am curious too. I mean, the lyrics, okay, it's just talking about cocaine in a rather, I don't know, to me, it doesn't even seem terribly imaginative in its lyrical writing, which, oh, so what caught his attention in this piece of music? What caught Eric Clapton's attention and what made him want to cover this, to create his own version of it? And that is a question I have no answer for at the moment, but I am very curious about it. So I do think that I would like to hear the J.J. Cole version to see where this came from and maybe start to piece together maybe the backstory to it. And it's also inspiring me to explore more of Eric Clapton's work because this is such a contrast to Tears in Heaven, which is the only other Eric Clapton performance that I've listened to. And so now I feel like I really want to get a handle on his musical output and his style, see really where he falls, where these pieces fit in his overall artistic output. So that also is kind of another project that I need to dive into along the way. Now the lyrics, well, you know, we've had this sort of ongoing discussion through this whole project of how much drug reference do we actually find in rock music. And obviously this is one that is very much right here. Cocaine. Okay, straight up. But isn't it interesting that the music itself is such a traditional style, traditional feel? A person could very easily take a completely unrelated set of lyrics, set them to the same music. It would feel, at least to my ears, with my background, I could see it feeling just as comfortable and natural with a completely different topic. And so from my perspective, I feel like the lyrics and the music are two separate entities, not deeply dependent one on the other. It's not a to use a popular term these days, it's not a codependency or interdependent relationship between the lyrics and the music. Not that it has to be, but it's interesting to notice that, because sometimes I have listened to music where it feels like the music is really, really expressing or conveying or painting a picture of something related to the lyrics. And this is a case where it's a nice, comfortable, warm, relaxing, and very traditional musical style, which is incredibly enjoyable to listen to and fits many topics. So that's how this one comes across to me. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on it. Please feel free to drop your comments. I'll be reading them. And probably some more Eric Clapton coming in the future. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. I'll see you soon.